aligning the pelvis. Now with postural faults, anything from foot pronation, knee valgus, stiff hips, sleeping in a poor position, walking with poor posture, sitting all day at your desk or on the sofa with poor posture can cause hip displacement where your pelvis is not properly in line. This can be an anteriorly tilted pelvis, which would be like this, or a posteriorly tilted pelvis like this. Now, pregnant women who are supporting the weight of a baby here for 9 months have a tendency to develop a posterior tilt in the pelvis over time. Now, men, you're more likely, and people in general, you're more likely to have an anterior tilt in your pelvis. Sofa time, screen time, all of this. So there are some exercises that you can do to help you regain or reposition your pelvis, but you have to do these every day, preferably 2 or 3 times a day, because you need to be able, you're forming a new motor program to get your pelvis to sit in the position that it should be. Now, let's kick off with, if you have, let's just do the ones on the mat first. Now, if you have, I'll show you this one from here. Now, if you lay on the mat like this, lift the legs up off the floor. This is a great exercise for an anteriorly tilted pelvis, and hold that for as long as you can. And then perform the exercise a few times. Now, that's a very good, effective exercise. But for me, the real daddy of hip alignment exercise is this. Now, you're going to need a strong stick of some kind, a broom handle or a mop handle, provided it's not weak, will be ideal for this. Now, what you do is you lay on the floor with a neutral spine. Now, what a neutral spine means, with a neutral spine, you've got a curve in your lumbar spine, so you should be able to fit, with your spine in neutral, you should be able to fit something because you're underneath your lumbar, so that because your spine's in its natural curved position. If you're like this, you've got your lumbar spine in the wrong position. This is not going to help with realigning the pelvis. You need to have your spine in what we call in Pilates neutral position. And when it's in neutral position, you'll be able to pass something small underneath your back like this. Now, with your spine in neutral, what you do, lift one leg up and you have your legs like this, remembering to keep your spine in neutral. If you find that you've got your lumbar against the mat, then you're in the wrong position to do this. You need to have your spine in neutral. You see my legs moving here. This is my spine against the floor, not in neutral. This is my spine in neutral. It's easier as well to have your lumbar spine in neutral with your head back on the floor, your upper body relaxed. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to push and pull against the stick. So this leg is pushing against the stick, trying to make the stick do this. This leg is pulling against the stick, trying to make the stick do this. And you're stabilising the stick, helping it to imbalance with your hands. So what that looks like is like this. You push and pull, creating tension in the stick. Hold the stick in position with your hands. Now, it's easier, like I say, if you're not used to neutral spine position, put your head on the floor when you do this. Hold this contraction, pushing, for about 20 to 30 seconds. at a time, then swap over and do the same thing the other way. This is, in my opinion, the best exercise or practice for helping you to realign your pelvis. Stay tuned for more.